to be listened to, and hopefully after the break we'll listen to the kids, and then after they're finished we'll take a break, a little water, a little cookies, bathroom, and then we'll come back. And I'm hoping that most of you with the public offices and so forth will see what these kids are trying to have their commitment to their community, and maybe we'll get a little ownership there. This is our 31st year, started in 1994. It was started by my father, a retired supervisor from the parish and also school board member. This year I asked for a little help from the school system, and I want to thank Buffy publicly today. It worked out great, and we're with these kids and getting the programs started. And Ashley Clark worked with me, in between me and the school system, and with the supervisors, and it's really been great. And a special thanks goes out to Leslie Smith here at Morgan City High, who is kind of my boots on the ground to make sure that things get done. With her introduction, we're going to make a little quick side note that I think a lot of us may not be aware of. Some of the kids in the parish participated in Educators Rising, and Leslie is going to give you a quick idea of what this participation was. But the exciting thing is about 4 or 5 of our kids not only scored high in the competition, are being invited to go on up to the national. Leslie?
More than 4 or 5. 9, 10, 11, 12, about 13 from our parish have advanced. So let me give a little background. We started Educators Rising in our district last year. We piloted the course on the west end of the parish at West St. Mary High and on the east end of the parish at Morgan City High School. And it has grown since then. And the idea is that we will catch these kids early. We will get them involved in education. We will show them the ins and the outs. And even if they don't go into education, or life takes them on a different path, they will always be advocates for education. They will eventually become parents. They will eventually become taxpayers. So it's very important that they understand the education system and the needs of students, the needs of parents, and the needs of school, and that they're mindful of that for the rest of their lives. So we have a class now. We have Patterson High has a class now, and Berwick High School has a club. So we are growing so much in already our 2nd year. And this year we competed. We got the nerve up to compete at the regional conference at Nichols State University in January. And Morgan City High School, was it 10 of y'all? 11? Placed, all 11 placed. And then we went as a district to UL at the state conference, and that was in March. And we had students who played the top 3 in the state from all 3 schools and in the top 10 in their individual categories. So now they qualify to go to the national conference in Orlando, Florida in June. So we're going on a trip, and we're taking these kids with us, and they are going to mingle with over 3,000 other students from all across the U.S. who are excited about education, and they're going to represent St. Mary Parish. So we are so excited about that. We're excited about the program, and I'm so glad that they have done all the things that we have asked them to do, because we've really asked them to get out of their comfort zones. Okay.
Thank you, Leslie. The Rotary Club thought that was noteworthy, and also, Buffy, it's an example of our education system in this parish. I'd like to give the public officials their due, those who signed in, and I can read their handwriting. Kevin Hebert with the town of Berwick, Evan Boudreau, economic developer with the parish, Jimmy Davis with the parish, Steve Domain, City of Morgan City, Lud Henry, JP Henry, handwriting's good, JP, and Berwick Police Department, Lud Henry, Mayor Pro Temp, Colleen Nickel Askew, Berwick City Council, Laura Meadows, my good friend, is representing Robert Allen, our senator, Carolyn Bowser, Board of Aldermen, Town of Baldwin, Tim Email, City of Morgan City, Elena Black, St. Mary Parish School Board, and James Richard, Town of Berwick. If I missed anybody, raise your hand, but these are the ones that signed in. Moving along so that we don't spend all night listening to me, our first school will present, and our first school is Berwick High School. Would y'all take the podium, please? And this. I think this is a better one.
Hi, my name is Elise Harrison, and I'm in 11th grade.
I'm Daniela Mendez Cruz, and I'm in 10th grade.
I'm Mackenzie Lynn, and I'm in 11th grade.
I'm Porter Hannegriff, and I'm in 11th grade.
I'm Drew Tarver, and I'm in 11th grade.
I'm Honesty Scott, and I'm in 11th grade.
And I'm Cheyenne Drummond, and I'm also in 11th grade. I would like to begin our presentation by introducing the inspiration behind it, Miles Liner. You may or may not recognize his name, but he is very important to a lot of people in Berwick. He was born and raised in Berwick. He attended Berwick High School and truly bled black and gold. He was an active member in many clubs. He played football, baseball, basketball, and track. And on top of all that, he was even an honor student. He was favored by everyone he met. He won Homecoming King in 2009 and graduated in 2010. He went on to a biological engineering program at LSU taught by Dr. Mary Beth Lima, where he was assigned a project to design a park in Baton Rouge that focused on handicap accessibility. Unfortunately, in 2012, we lost Miles in an accident caused by an impaired driver. Miles left an impression of love, talent, and dedication to all of his peers. His parents wanted to keep his name alive, so they started the Miles Liner Foundation. LSU finished the park that Miles' class had been working on and partnered with the Miles Liner Foundation to dedicate a small Pride Rock to him at the park. It's called Pride Rock because Miles had loved The Lion King. Miles' dedication and love for his work and for Berwick has inspired us to propose the idea of renovating Far Park's playground in his honor.
Over time, parks become outdated and worn out, making them less safe and enjoyable. A renovated park can address safety issues, improve accessibility, and provide a safe and attractive place for people to gather. Berwick has a great deal of families under the age of 18, with Far Park being in the middle of Berwick. Renovating this park would make a positive impact on the community.
Reimagining the Far Park playground is exactly something Miles would want. He was enrolled in the bioengineering program at LSU and was working on building playgrounds, so that's why we want to name and renovate this playground in honor of Miles. Renovating this park is important as well because it's right in the center of Berwick. Having this playground will be super important to the community. Changes we would make to the playground would be making it handicap accessible, geared to multiple age groups, include exercise equipment, and including playground equipment inspired by Miles' Pride Rock.
So far, we have taken a proactive approach. We've reached out to multiple sources. As mentioned earlier, Miles was a student at the engineering course at LSU. We attempted to reach out to his former professor, Dr. Mary Beth Lima, hoping that the LSU Foundation would adopt this project, but we are still waiting for a response.
Following that, we met with Julie Smith, the project manager of Game Time Playground Equipment Company. Ms. Julie said there are two different types of quotes we can get from her company. One for a community build project, which would be cheaper, but involves volunteers from our community to bring our park to life. Or the more expensive option, but it is a solid one, a turnkey project. This is when the company sends a contractor and their team to build the park for us. All equipment in their catalog meets the minimum standards of the ADA to be handicap accessible, but they do have more inclusive options. We would like to include a few of those options in our park, but it will be more expensive. Ms. Smith indicated that the possibility of grant opportunities through her company, matching dollar to dollar. She also traveled to Far Park herself, spending multiple hours evaluating the possibilities for the park. We're still awaiting a design and quote from her. We also reached out to Miracle Company to get a second quote.
The community of Berwick is very fond of Farr Park and has responded very positively to our ideas to memorialize Miles Liner. We plan to accept any donations from those wanting to help through financial aid, as well as create fundraisers to not only raise funds, but also raise awareness to our cause. We also want to reach out to numerous companies to receive grants or more options to upgrade the playground. And finally, graciously accept and consider any advice or criticism given by our community.
With all of this being said, the main purpose of this project is to bring the town of Berwick together for a good cause, the commemoration of Miles Liner. We would love to have the support of all of you here and would like to thank y'all all for coming out.
Good evening. We are representing Morgan City High School. My name is Layla Lopez and I'm a sophomore.
My name is Ava Ho and I'm a sophomore.
My name is Duck Bowie and I'm a junior.
My name is Tatiana Grogan and I'm a sophomore.
My name is Gavin Wilson and I am a junior.
My name is Kaylin Garcia and I'm a sophomore.
Depending on who you talk to, Morgan City is either a great place to live or it's totally dead. It really depends on the demographic. If you're talking to little children, they probably talk about schools, parks, the library events, festivals, sports, and dance classes. There are also Easter egg hunts and trunk or treat. If you talk to adults, they probably say Morgan City is a great place to raise a family and retire. They also probably mention that we have so much to offer, like Main Street events, Rock in the Dock, Basin Brew Fest, the 4th of July Lake Bash, and of course, festivals, our Shrimp and Petroleum Festival, and our newest edition, the Spirit of Morgan City Christmas Festival.
But if you talk to teenagers, you already know what they're going to say. There's nothing to do in Morgan City. It's so boring. And at one point, we would tend to agree until we decided to look around. Between our school board members and our dedicated community members, we actually have a lot to offer to teenagers, especially in the summertime.
If you are following St. Mary's Schools on Facebook, you may have seen that they are offering students a fast-forward summer internship program. Students can earn $10 an hour while gaining real-world experience. They can earn credit through a mixture of coursework and work hours. Positions are open in technology, maintenance, clerical office, or healthcare. They are also offering courses such as Welding Level 2, Carpentry Level 2, Emergency Medical Responder, and Certified Nursing Assistant that come along with a credit, a stipend, and an industry-based credential. The A Heck of a Summer program also gives high school students interested in health careers an opportunity to obtain first-hand experience in a healthcare facility. St. Mary Parish Schools has partnered with Ochsner St. Mary and Tesh Action Clinic to offer high school students 2 to 3 weeks of volunteer work in a medical facility so they can gain knowledge in health issues, patient care, and job readiness. On a personal note, as a student who plans to pursue a career in healthcare, I truly appreciate the hands-on experiences that these programs offer. It's essential that our local students are given the opportunity to explore their aspirations early on in their careers so they can get a feel for medicine and follow their paths with confidence. However, we don't want to have all work and no play, right? That's where the Morgan City Youth Center comes in, along with a couple of ideas that we came up with ourselves.
The Morgan City Youth Center has been around for about 10 years now. It started with very humble beginnings as an after-school program for kids, which was in the old library at Morgan City High School. The Youth Center outgrew that space and moved into a 1,800 square foot area of SLCC. Well, guess what? They have outgrown that space as well. I have been going to Morgan City Youth Center since 6th grade. I enjoy going there after school. It is like my home away from home. Now, thanks to very generous community partners such as H&B Young Foundation, St. Mary Parish Funds, City of Morgan City donations, and grants written by Miss Sandy Nolan and other private donors, a 8,000 square foot Morgan City Youth Center building is nearly completed. The grand opening will be during the first week of May, and they will now be able to accommodate more students than ever before.
The Morgan City Youth Center is open to members of Morgan City High School, Junior High, and Central Catholic. After school, they'll be picked up at a bus and brought directly to the youth center. We'll have many activities to do. They'll have a game room, study, volleyball and basketball court, and outside activities. Morgan City Youth Center is also open over the summer, where they take part in field trips to the zoo and learn how to do pottery.
So you see, we already have a lot to offer to teens in Morgan City, but we'd like to add a few more ideas. We'd like to see the Morgan City Main Street Board and the City of Morgan City to help organize a few teen-specific events, so you have something to look forward to also. To start, we'd like to see lights in Lawrence Park year-round. Perhaps local companies or citizens will be willing to sponsor a treat to help with the cost. That way, we could host teen movie nights in the park once or twice a month, or we would be able to hang out with friends in a well-lit public space.
We'd also like to see Foodie Fridays, where local food trucks pull up to the park. We could eat under the lights and listen to bands or even just music on somebody's sound system. You could add pickleball courts under the bridge, lights on the tennis courts at Lawrence Park so we could play in the evenings. We'd also like to see volleyball tournaments for teens at Lakin Park. What about bike or electric scooter rentals? That would be great for teens as well.
We're telling you this all to say thank you to our school board and community members for investing in us. We do have ideas and we'd love to sit with you and discuss them. And finally, if you're looking to invest in your youth and your community, consider donating to our Morgan City Youth Center or partnering with our school board to offer more opportunities for teens. We want to enjoy our city we live in. We want to be included. We want to make great memories because we all know
there's no place like home.
And coming up next is Patterson High School.
I'm Paola Babbitt, I'm a junior.
And I'm Kaylee Benjamin, I'm a senior.
And our New Generation project is to have a cultural festival at Patterson.
The theme of our festival will be One World,
One Community. The purpose of our festival is to promote unity, diversity, and cultural appreciation.
The audience of our festival will be families, students, and community of St. Mary Parish.
Ideas.
Some ideas we have for our cultural festival are dance shows, music concerts, and theater. We want to include St. Mary Parish School's talented theater programs to help us out. Food stations. We want to offer international cuisines. We want food tasting, and we also want to include facts and food nutrition classes from around our parish. Also, arts and craft exhibits. We want people to make handcraft displays and sell handmade items for different cultures. Student involvement include the talented art programs around our city. Kids Corner. We want stuff for our kids around. So we want traditional games, cultural craft stations, face paint, dance workshops, and cultural sports.
Educational booths. We want to set up booths to educate everybody about the different cultures. We would include student organizations and clubs from all around St. Mary Parish to help us educate about the different cultures. Showcase attire. We want to include a modern fashion inspired by traditional designs, and we want y'all to wear y'all culture. Photo props. We want to include the Patterson High School carpentry class to build the props and the St. Mary Parish talented art programs to help design the props. Patterson High School yearbooks will be attending and taking pictures around the events, and it will be showcased on the Facebook page, or local Facebook page. Also, it will be showcased at the Patterson High School yearbook.
Budget and funding. We'll create a detailed budget covering all aspects of the festival, including the venue, performers, marketing, and supplies. The only way this festival could be possible was through sponsorships and grants. We will seek sponsorships from local businesses and apply for grants to support our event.
Venue selection. The festival will be located at Mineral Park on Patterson High School. In Main Street at Patterson, and we will go to the City Council to get this location approved. We want to have it around fall next school year, and the estimated time throughout the event will be around from 12 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Planning committee. We want to make a diverse team with representatives from various culture groups. A team can include volunteers from any clubs, organization, representatives from our different schools in our parish. We will assign roles and responsibilities to team members such as logistics, marketing, sponsorships, and volunteer coordination. Logistics and operation. We will need the necessary supplies and equipment such as stages, sound systems, seating, decorations. Also, safety and security. We'll plan for security measures from first aid stations to ensure smooth operations. We will also speak with the Patterson Police Department to block off areas by the park to help with security.
Volunteer and execution. We will recruit volunteers to help with various tasks to keep the event organized. We will encourage community and members to volunteer and participate in organizing it. We will train people and instruct them to ensure smooth operations, and we will have a detailed plan for managing the event, including setups and all the other stuff.
This is just an overview of the schedule we would like to have for that day. Any questions? Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Thank y'all.
Central. We got it.
Hi everybody, my name is Lucy Kincaid and I'm a junior at Central Catholic High School.
I'm Madison Loop and I'm a junior at Central Catholic High School.
I'm Emmy Robinson and I'm a junior at Central Catholic High School, and we have some brochures that we would like to hand out.
And just to get this started, I want to get you guys in on the fun as well. So by a raise of hands, I just want to know, in any of the past 2 elections that we just had, did you vote in it? Perfect. Now, kind of a little deeper question. Do you guys remember when you registered to vote? By show of hands, anybody? Maybe when you were 16 at the DMV or you went to the voter's office. All right, well, in case you weren't listening, my name's Lucy. I'm a junior at Central Catholic, but that's not the only thing that I do. I also happen to have the awesome privilege to be on the Legislative Youth Advisory Council for Louisiana. So what that is a group of 31 high school students that are chosen all across the state to basically represent the youth in all civic matters. It's kind of incredible. I have even bigger privilege to be serving as the 2024-2025 president of the council. And one thing that I have learned through my work on the council with state legislators, as well as doing work with civics along with the state, is that there's an apathy among our youth about getting involved with civics. And that's one of the most important things. That's what our democracy rests on. But even more than getting involved in civics, there's an apathy of voting as well. And that's, again, what our democracy rests on. That's one of our greatest rights, is the right to vote. And so that's why we're proposing to have a Youth Voter Day in St. Mary Parish to encourage the future generations to use one of their greatest rights. So, what would that be? We propose creating a day of outreach in our local schools about how important it is to vote and how powerful just one vote can be. We want to target the apathy among youth to let them know how important their voice is and how it can mean a world of difference of just one vote in an election. Now, what would this include? This is just kind of a loose of what we want it to include because we believe that every school is different. What works at Central might not work at Morgan City, and what works at Morgan City might not work at Berwick. The administrators, the staff, and the students at the school know their school best. But here's just a few ideas of what we think would be a good idea to include in a day like this. Working with the Secretary of State's department to bring voting machines to schools. This is something that they already offer. Not only do they offer bringing voting machines, but they also offer doing educational presentations to get kids more involved and to let them know what to expect when they're going into the voting booth. And also one of the harder things of how to read amendments, because I mean, let's be honest, who can really understand amendments if you're not a legislator? It can be tough, especially imagine you're a teenager. Come on, legalese is hard to understand. Inviting state legislators and local legislators to our schools. We have some incredible legislators in our parish and in our schools as well. I'm sure they would love to get involved with this, and they would love to show that and meet their constituents themselves. We can pair with the Registrar of Voters office to register youth to vote 16 and up. So this is something you can already do when you go and get your driver's license, but you can also schedule a drive as well to kind of get kids more involved and help them to register to vote. And finally, we really just want to educate students on the importance of just one vote, because if everybody just thought that my vote didn't count and nobody voted, imagine what that would look like. So why do we need this? 16% of youth voted in our last election from ages 18 to 24. Now, this is just in the state of Louisiana. So we have correct me if I'm wrong, we have a population of about 4.5 million in the state, and only 16% of our youth voted. That's not a lot at all. This needs to be talked about, and we need to let the youth know that just because they're 18 and up doesn't mean that their voice doesn't matter. Louisiana currently ranks the 4th lowest in youth voter turnout in the entire South, which again, kind of need to bump up those numbers. And in elections in 2016, 500 or fewer votes decided more than 350 state elections. That is 500 people. That's less than most high schools. So imagine if every single high school in there got out and vote, that could change the course of an election. And that's why it's so important that we just constantly reinstill in these students that just one vote can be so important. Already in Louisiana, there are some similar days. Louisiana High School Senior Voter Registration Day is the first Tuesday in May, and September 16th is National Voter Registration Days. So these are already things that are implemented in our state as well as in our country that we could use to base off of. Now, how do we do this? I'm sure all of you got the pamphlets that were handed out. So this is just kind of a short guide on what we believe could help you guys plan these days in your schools. So if you open it up, you'll see that there are 2 sections. There's one for students and there's one for teachers and faculty. So this, we just feel I hope you guys got some too, and if not, we're going to bring you guys some. This is just to kind of help give an outline for what teachers can do and what students can do as well, because again, this is all about getting the youth involved. And on the back, I have a nifty little guide of who to contact in our state legislature. So we have our senators, our both representatives for St. Mary Parish, as well as the Registrar of Voters office. So this can be used for all of you guys up here. If you guys want to reach out to your legislators, I would absolutely encourage it. I've had the joy of working with a few in our parish, and they are incredible. So, finally, I encourage every administrator and every person in this audience to remember that the people sitting up here are the people that are going to be in your shoes one day. They are our future, and it is so important to invest in our future and let them know that one day they're going to be making the decisions. And it's important to be educated, it's important to know what's going on, and it's important that we reach these groups young and we let them know that just one voice can make a world of difference. So let's invest in our youth and invest in our future. Thank you.
Excuse me. This goes forward and has to go back.
Good evening. I'm Alon Thomas, and I'm a sophomore at Franklin Senior High.
My name is Raquan Prejean, and I'm currently a senior at Franklin Senior High School.
My name is Amari Bias, and I'm currently a sophomore at Franklin Senior High School.
My name is Ajayi Harris, and I'm currently a sophomore at Franklin Senior High School.
We're here today to show you our business proposal for the Tree of Fallen Angels. This is an example of our tree. The Tree of Fallen Angels is an innovative way to bring your lost loved ones back to life. You could design it any way you want. You can add quotes, pictures, memoirs, and memorabilia.
As representatives of Franklin Senior High, we would like to create memorial trees around the parish to help honor all our loved ones who have passed away. This initiative aims to support our community and promote mental well-being among its members. Together, we have developed an idea that allows individuals to remember their loved ones in a positive and meaningful way. I lost my father back in 2019. I remember like yesterday getting that phone call. Even though me and my father wasn't close, one thing that he had was a very amazing personality, and he was very outgoing. Him being on this tree wouldn't just symbolize my love for him, but it would give him a chance to be known around the community and how much of a person he was.
Our purpose for this project is to give our community a way to grieve and remember their past loved ones. Create a warm and welcoming space for community members to share cherished stories and memories of their loved ones. Honor their legacies and strengthen their bonds within the community, fostering connections that help us all heal and remember together. I lost my uncle, and my family brings him up a lot. I wish that he was still in my life because I feel like I need someone like that in my life growing up. The Tree of Fallen Angels will remind me that even though he is not here physically, that he will always be in our hearts.
More reasons for this project: to give our community a way to express their feelings so they don't feel as if they have to grieve in silence. Let people know that they are not alone and that others too have lost someone and are grieving. To allow people in our community to feel like they're supported through their grieving process. In 2018, I lost my grandfather. He was my best friend and one of the closest people to me. We would sit outside in the yard all day, and when it would rain, he would take me outside to stomp in the puddles with my rain boots. When he passed, I felt alone and that I had no one. This tree helps me remember him and honor him by reminding me that he is always with me in spirit, even though he isn't here now. Where would the tree be located? The Tree of Fallen Angels can be placed in numerous places, as schools, hospitals, churches, and local supermarkets and stores.
Data suggests that social support is vital for coping with grief. Individuals with strong social connections report better overall adjustment and less severe grief symptoms. A survey by the Hospice Foundation of America found that around 70% of individuals find talking about their grief with others to be a helpful coping mechanism. According to the American Psychological Association, over 47% of adults have experienced the death of a close family member or friend, leading to significant grief. Studies show that grief can last anywhere from several months to several years. The phase of grieving can differ greatly among individuals, but many report significant emotional impact for 1 to 3 years following a loss.
Overview. This initiative truly enriches the community by providing a supportive avenue for individuals to navigate their grief while commemorating their loved ones. It creates a space where shared memories, heartfelt stories, and collective healing can flourish, allowing everyone to find solace and connecting during difficult times. Overall, this idea is good for everyone in the community because it is a good way for people to cope with grief and honor their loved ones. This tree will be therapeutic to me as it commemorates my late grandfather. He was my best friend. We drove around in his trucks, made pecan candy together, and so much more. When he died, my heart broke. It literally fell out of my chest. The fallen angel tree will help me feel as if he's still here, living on in another way, still thriving with nature.
As sad as the topic it is, no one can escape death. It is something that emotionally affects us all, and we all cope with it differently. We would like to bring the community together by incorporating the Tree of Fallen Angels in various places. Our principal lost 4 of her loved ones in just 1 year. We plan to put the Tree of Fallen Angels at our school and would like to put them in other schools around the parish as well.
A moment of silence. At this time, we ask you to join us in a moment of silence in remembrance of our fallen angels while we place pictures on our tree of our loved ones whom we have lost.
Thank you so much for your time and consideration.
We now have West St. Mary.
Hello, I am Sky Drea, a senior at West St. Mary High School. And the new generation proposal I would like to talk about today is the Big Brother, Big Sister program. What is it? Twice a month, members of the community will meet with interested students after school to teach them key skills such as writing a resume, conducting an interview, tying a tie, changing a tire, sexual education, advice and mentorship, goal setting, financial literacy, the importance of saving, creating a bank account. What is the purpose? To allow everyone to learn skills that they may not learn otherwise, allow the younger generation to have a positive influence from their peers, help highlight the importance of setting goals in their personal lives as well as academically. Providing guidance and support while also helping to understand healthy and stable relationships. Why is it important? Misinformation plays a big factor in changing the lives of young people. In 2022, Louisiana ranked #1 in the U.S. for chlamydia cases with a rate of 788.6 per 100,000 population. Also ranking #9 in syphilis cases across the U.S. African American females are disproportionately affected by STIs with a higher rate of gonorrhea compared to other populations. Most times, children are afraid to ask or talk about sexual experiences, whether they're consensual or not, due to fear. In some cases, the only sexual education they have is being told not to do it. Therefore, if there is something they are unsure of, it is improbable that they will gain the confidence to talk to an adult in their life about it. Having a peer, big brother or sister, that they could talk to could help them to become more comfortable talking to an adult after a while. This helps to create a line of communication in families that can prevent a potential spread of sexually transmitted diseases and educate them practice safe sexual practices. Young men who don't have guidance to know how to do certain things or were taught to do some things the wrong way need positive influences to help them navigate through life. Imagine a young man has an interview and has never been taught the proper way to dress or how to answer questions. Having someone older that they can look up to for helping make the right decisions for a brighter future. The younger people who are working and learning are less likely to turn to the streets. Thank you for your time.
My name is Mia Brasso, and I'm a senior.
My name is Gracie Verrett, and I'm a freshman.
Hi, y'all. My name is Amy Verrett, and I'm a freshman. Our students. So basically, our little students is what we call them littles. They graduate from our elementary campus and move to our middle school, high school campus and become 5th graders. Now, that is a big change for these littles, which can be exciting and very nerve-wracking. So we created a program about that.
As you can see, it shows 3 different categories. Our first one that I'll be talking about is Mardi Gras. The on-campus Mardi Gras parade that is organized for pre-K through 4th grade students creates a fun, festive, and engaging activity for our students. Gators versus Gators, our second activity, a pre-homecoming flag football game for 5th through 12th grades. And our last one, but not our least, is Fall Carnival, a fall carnival held before Thanksgiving for students from pre-K through 12th grade. BBGC strives to educate young minds while keeping them engaged through the projects we've explored throughout the semester.
Beyond teaching older children about patience, family, and essential life skills, this curriculum also helps younger students prepare for high school.
Our main goal for this project is to foster a healthy family dynamic within our school, creating a supportive environment that can lead to even greater opportunities.
To strengthen this initiative, our school plans to introduce monthly activities and end-of-the-school-year events, building upon our existing minor projects to encourage engagement and personal growth. Speaking of projects, they would consist of engaging activities, shaping future leaders, and help creating bonds, experiences for our little big sisters and big brothers.
These projects will include mentorship programs, team-building exercises, and community service opportunities, all designed to foster personal growth, leadership skills, and a strong sense of belonging within our school community.
About Big Brother and Sister, how it works. Basically, we have a meeting once every 2 to 3 months where we perform activities or projects with our littles that we decide to pick. Each high school student usually has up to 2 to 3 students. We do many activities based off holidays, like for October we painted pumpkins, and for Christmas we had our Gators versus Gators where we built gingerbread houses with them.
This program fosters one-on-one support, nurtures creativity, and builds meaningful connections between seniors and younger students. This helps create positive growth for both.
Positive growth such as art. Art fosters creativity, critical thinking, and problem-solving skills.
Whenever we did this project, as a senior myself, it was a bit of a struggle at first. We had many students who did not talk at all. I mean, not a word. So we decided to take it upon ourselves to meet with our littles one-on-one by ourselves. When we did that, we saw a lot of improvement with these students. We see them talk more, make friends with other kids that they didn't even know existed in the hallways. We created our own goodie bags for them, and honestly, they improved, not only with their communication amongst other students and teachers, but also in their grades. We helped them study, and we encouraged them to reach out to other teachers, and that improved their scores by a lot.
As you know, we would really appreciate any donations to help fund projects to help engage and foster creativity. Thank you for your support and dedication to our school community. Anything will help create meaningful opportunities for our students, fostering a positive and enriching environment. We truly appreciate your generosity and commitment. Thank you again for your time.
Thank y'all schools. Good job as usual. Impressed with all of y'all. Now comes time when we take a quick break. First National Bank has provided water and some cookies. And I hope the rest of y'all in the room who I call are the ones who need to take ownership of some of these kids tonight will take the mic and discuss with them and make some comments. And so let's take about a 10-minute break. I'll call y'all back when it's time.
And you are watching our live coverage of the New Generation program, which is presented by the Morgan City Rotary Club and St. Mary Parish Schools. Mr. Scott Melanson, the MC tonight, is coming over to speak with us, kind of give you the history of how this evolved over the past 31 years and exactly what they intend to do, the ideas that are brought forth by these students of the 8 high schools here in St. Mary Parish. Mr. Melanson will come to speak with us shortly. And here comes Mr. Scott Melanson with the Morgan City Rotary Club. Scott, of course, this began 31 years ago. You gave honor to your father, of course, who started this. Tell us how it all started 31 years ago.
Actually, my father and one elder member, Pam Daniels, Dr. Daniels' wife, Pam read about this program and introduced it to my father, and him being an educator, he took it and ran with it. And it started 31 years ago, and of course until my father is 101 now, so he's not coming out much. So I took it over, I guess 10 or 15 years ago, just to keep it rolling. And the Rotary Club, we're kind of proud of this thing because it gives a different group of the kids in our schools an opportunity to shine.
And what's your father's name?
J. Oswald Melanson.
I thought so. I didn't want to say, but unless I knew for sure.
He was a supervisor of special ed and in the parish for many, many years, and also was a school board member for a number of years too. So he's well involved.
I remember your father very well. I do know him. Scott, this is a great program. Tell us how it has evolved over the years.
Actually, I think it's gotten better because the kids now see what the other kids in the past have done, and also what I'm real proud of, I'm happy to look around and see, a lot of the public officials come, and our term it is this: the kids are becoming community stakeholders. And by the way, we don't assign any ideas to them. We tell them just your idea, what is important at your school and your community that you would like to see changed, enhanced. Then I call the public officials in particular, and I get them to come out and listen, and then I I want them to take ownership. And tonight, I'd be shocked. I know the Berwick Town Council and maybe even the Morgan City Council, the 2 projects from their local high schools were very close to them. The other one I saw, and I was unable to get the register of voters here, but I think that between the register of voters office and the parish council, I think the central theme of young voter registration is very interesting, and that could be something very fun. So yeah, that's the whole thing, and it's gotten better because our kids, and it's good for them. It puts them before adults and asking for help, and I think it's part of their growing up.
It really is. I sent a text to a friend of mine. I said, kids these days are brilliant. I mean, the ideas they come up with, just the creativity, you can tell they're wanting to buy in to make our community better, and we want them to stay here. So if we can make it better, they'll stay.
Absolutely. And so anything we can do to help these kids to make their ideas, projects become a reality is important. And over the years, we've had a lot of great ideas, a lot of great kids. So another thing is, I'm glad here tonight people can see these kids. We got a lot of good kids in this parish.
We really do. We're blessed, and I appreciate all the hard work you've done with the Rotary Club and St. Mary Parish Schools to make this happen. I'm looking forward to seeing the next segment of it.
Thank you, Brady. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Scott Melanson, the Rotary Club of Morgan City. They're going to begin shortly with a Q&A session. They're just taking a brief intermission, so people are just kind of visiting at the moment, getting some refreshments, and then they will begin with part 2 of the program, where that will include some questions and answers from the audience, to where they can ask these students How can they implement these ideas? Engage with the older generation, with the younger generation, and it's a great opportunity for our community to get to know these students and hear from them. What are they looking for? How can we make our community better to engage them, number one, and also make them want to stay, or if they go off to college, come back. I do understand that Nichols State University is supposed to have some admissions representatives here to speak to these students. We obviously want to keep them as local as possible. We've got our own South Louisiana Community College, or SOLA CC, our own community college here where we can keep them local if they choose to attend our community college. So we're going to stay here live. As soon as the program begins, of course, we'll bring that live to you. Again, I'm Brady Burrell, and we're here at the 31st Annual New Generation Program presented by the Rotary Club of Morgan City and St. Mary Parish Schools. We will stay live. Don't go anywhere, please, as we will bring you part 2 of the program in just a few moments. So please stay with us. Again, you are watching live coverage of the 31st Annual New Generation Program. And as Mr. Scott Malonzo mentioned, his father, Mr. J. Oswald Malonzo, who was a supervisor of special education with St. Mary Parish Schools and then also a former school board member, began this program with Miss Pam Daniels with the Rotary Club 31 years ago. It's still going on, and as Mr. Scott Malonzo says, it just gets even better. And really enjoying this program, hearing from the new generation. We've heard from Berwick High, Franklin High, West St. Mary, Morgan City High, Patterson High, Central Catholic, and Glencoe Charter students, presenting ideas they have that would bring new ideas to our parish. So very, we can go down the list until the second part of the program begins. Berwick High School, they want to start a Far Park renovation in honor of Miles Liner. Glencoe Charter School, a big brother, big sister program within their schools to help the children, to mentor the younger children in their school. Patterson High School, they would like to begin a One World, One Community festival in the fall, beginning next school year, to show diversity. Central Catholic, they want to have a youth voter registration program within the school system and have these students engage, learn about the responsibility of voting to help with the voter apathy among youth. Franklin High School, they would like to put trees of hope or seeds of hope around the parish to honor our loved ones who have gone on before us. The West St. Mary High School, also they presented an idea of a big brother, big sister program, but this would be to mentor young men and young ladies with life skills. And Morgan City High School, there's no place like home, to help with programs and initiatives here in the Morgan City area to give activities and things to do for the youth of our community. So some great ideas brought forth here tonight. Really looking forward to hearing any answers they may have from once the public, they begin asking questions. I know Mr. Scott Melanson, the facilitator of tonight's program, along with Miss Leslie Smith with Morgan City High School, wanting the local officials to engage with these ideas, implement them as much as they can, to let these students know that, hey, we're here for you, we want to implement your ideas, and we want to keep you here and engage with your community and add to the quality of life here in St. Mary Parish. So hats off to Morgan City Rotary Club, St. Mary Parish Schools, Miss Leslie Smith, everyone making this a great success, and we will get back underway shortly as they begin part 2 of tonight's program. We want to thank you for watching live on the KQKI Digital Video Network, and we will begin shortly. We are coming to you live from the Morgan City High School multi-purpose building.
If I can get y'all's attention, and I know you're enjoying the cookies and the water, but if you would come back to your seats, we'll move forward with tonight's presentation. All right, we're getting to that point. And a lot of these kids are really hoping and expecting some feedback. First thing I'm going to tell them is good job. Thank y'all for coming. Thank y'all for putting the time in. And we appreciate the fact that you have some community mindedness going with y'all now at this age. And hopefully y'all come back to our respective communities and lead our way. Okay. Do I have anybody who would like to address the kids in regards to one of these projects that have been proposed tonight? Yes, Buffy. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. First of all, I think we just should give a round of applause because standing up in front of adults, making sure you're advocating for yourself as a youth is really difficult to do. So can we give them all applause again because y'all did a fantastic job. And before I start with the topics, I want to start with Skylar here because not only to stand up is difficult, but to stand up as one person representing a group is extra difficult. So thank you, Ray. Thank you. I'd like to begin with Berwick High School and their Far Park project. It's a topic that's very dear to the hearts of all of the citizens of Berwick. Excuse me if I get emotional. Miles was a wonderful young man, an absolutely wonderful young man, and his family, and all that they've done to contribute to his memory since his loss has just been outstanding. And the positivity with which they have always put forth his memory is something that's very touching and I think is outreaching to so many people. So the way that you are trying to approach his memory, Hakuna Matata is a lot, he lived with that. And so the way that you're approaching his memory is amazing. I know you have a lot of support already, but as a district, we can certainly help you with some of the grant writing processes. We have people who are very good at that, and we can guide you with that. We can also provide a lot of man hours. There are organizations. I know we have various Hope Squads, which you had kind of led the way at Berwick High with that, and other organizations that will come in and help. But please know that we're here, and thank you for doing an inclusive park. So that's a wonderful thing in his memory, so thank you. Franklin, I don't know about the rest of you, but I didn't know I was supposed to bring tissues with me tonight. But I really thank you for opening up your hearts to the community because making sure that we are there for one another, not only when things are great, but sometimes when we need each other in the hard times is super important. I know that Miss Jackson, I'm going to call her out. Where are you, Natasha? She is going to make sure that this happens. And for her as an administrator, the type of administrator that she is, she shares her life with her students in a way that helps them grow into adults. And so this is an obvious connection to that. So thank you, Franklin, for what you've done. And I know for sure you're going to have that tree at Franklin Senior High School, and we can help you in other places. With our brother and sister groups, with West St. Mary and Glencoe, those connections are really important. You both have campuses that are super helpful in making those happen. West St. Mary and BEB is a 6 through 12 campus, so they can definitely begin that big brother, big sister project. And the same thing with Glencoe being a K-12 campus, you can do the same. But thank you for advocating for our kids. We appreciate that. Morgan City High School. First of all, thank you for telling all the things that we're doing in St. Mary Parish. It is something that we really try to do, and I'm really glad to see, I did not know tonight that you were going to be highlighting all of our internships and our IBC programs and all of the things that we're doing in St. Mary Parish at the school level for all of the children, so thank you for that. We're also offering Littles camps for NASA. We have those this summer that are happening for our little children on each side of the district in 2 different weeks. So there's a lot that's going on. And Morgan City has a lot of our Educator Rising, but we have them throughout. Those people who are going to nationals, our students, can you stand, please? So this is a majority or a good portion of the group. And they recently, thank you very much, they recently participated in a competition at UL, and I don't want to put Ava on the spot, but we went into her speech contest and she talked about AI. And the whole time before the competition, she said, I don't know if I can do this. I've never talked in front of a group before. And then today she stood up. Before she had a classroom of about 8 people in it, and now she's standing in front of the community representatives. That's a huge leap in just 2 weeks. So it just shows what New Generation can do, and it shows what you can do for advocating for everyone. Thank you so much. Let's see. Central Catholic. Voting is super important. In St. Mary Parish, we have in 10th grade the civics naturalization test that our students have to take, but also in surging that voting piece of it a little stronger. I know we have Miss Lake here. She knows I'm going to call her out, but she's always been an advocate for voting, so I feel like with the things that you've given us tonight, you can help us in that way. And then Patterson with the festival. I hear that Mayor Grogan might say that we need to put that back at the school, and if we do, we're down for it. We have a huge parking lot and lots of spaces where we can do that. No, we're gonna duke it out for the right to have that festival. I want the festival is what I'm saying. Bring it back. I feel like we could do it at Patterson High.
And because the students are so involved in October, that we do it for the spring.
Okay, see, we want it so badly, we're already here saying we'll do it for you. So you already have a platform for which this is going to happen. But all in all, I want to thank you. Please know that you can reach out to us at any time. I see a lot of familiar faces and so many things that you do. So thank you for being here, and thank you all.
Thank you, Buffy. That was taking ownership. I appreciate that. We would also like to recognize Duck. You, if you stand up. I knew you were going to be embarrassed. Somebody else made me do this. Duck scored a 36 on his ACT, which is a perfect. Good luck, Duck. Anybody else? Colleen, come. You can do 2. You can go together.
I just want to tell y'all that every year that I come to this, I think this might be my 6th year, 7th year, I don't know. This is my favorite day of the year with y'all, even though you don't know me. I'm on the council in Berwick, and I did take notes, but I just want to commend y'all for even doing this, because in high school, I don't think I've never, ever would have gotten up in front of people, and Buffy said exactly what I was going to say. That's awesome that you got up by yourself and did that. I'm very proud of you. But I did want to address Berwick because Taylor and I have been talking, Taylor Adams, who was with Miles when he passed. And we've been talking about all the different things that, like, I have all the notes that y'all had talked about. And so I want you to know that we've already discussed it with the mayor, and we are on board to help y'all with whatever you need to do. He wasn't able to make it tonight, but we're excited about it, and Far Park needs some little TLC, so we're down for it. If you have any specific things, just get with Taylor and she'll get with me. She texts me all the time, her little ideas. Also, I taught her when she was in pre-K or kindergarten, 2nd grade? I don't know. Anyway, I just want to tell y'all I'm very proud of y'all. I did graduate from Morgan City High School. This was not here when I graduated, but I commend y'all for joining together and doing things like this for the community, because y'all all have great ideas. I'm not going to go through all of them. I just wanted to tell y'all congratulations. If y'all need something in Berwick, let me know.
Thank you, Colleen. And to reiterate what she said, Duval called me yesterday, the mayor of Berwick, and he had something else going on that I don't know if it was more important, but I think it was a baseball game at Berwick. But anyway, and Mayor Grogan, thank you for coming. I knew you came in late. And Lee Dragner, our mayor of Morgan City. Anybody else have any comments? Or Holden from Patterson. My new buddy, Holden Murray. I met him last week. He's an economic developer.
Good evening. My name is Holden Murray. I'm here representing City of Patterson. I am the Community and Economic Development Director, but I'm also here in dual roles as Vice Chairman of the St. Mary Chamber of Commerce. Board members, President, Executive, raise your hand. I just want to appreciate our chamber for coming out and supporting this. I'm here in dual roles. Also, first and foremost, congratulations to all of you for doing an amazing job. I had the privilege, I am an alumni of Franklin Senior High School. I actually did this in 2009. So anytime I see my alumni here, I want to say congratulations to y'all. Y'all have a great project. Hopefully I can get to work with y'all. My soror, Natasha, I don't know if she's still here, but yes, I'm gonna work with y'all. I'm working with y'all too. Well, I want to address Patterson. First, I want to thank both of you because these two young ladies, ever since they've been in high school, I do a lot of community events in Patterson. Anytime I need volunteers, both of you are always there. So I want to say thank y'all. And this is just a continuation of the great work that y'all doing and that y'all will do. They're actually working with me on our project for our color run, and some of that funding for the color run is actually going to be donated to Patterson High School because they are involved in helping me plan the color run. As far as your project, I'm fortunate enough to be a faculty member with the National League of Cities, and they give me grant money for economic development. So I know maybe we could do something at the high school, but we're also going to do something at the park. And I have the grant money to contribute that. I don't have to look for it. I don't have to search for it. I have it, and I want to invest it in y'all doing your program.
Thank you, Holden. Okay. Any other brave elected officials? I can't believe y'all are not going to come get a microphone. There he is.
I just want to say one thing.
Go ahead. Lud Henry.
The Lyon family, over the years, have contributed a great amount to Berwick High School, the town of Berwick, and I think this would be a great honor for us to, and I would hope that the town, and I think we will, be able to pursue something like this. Far Park does need some outdated, it is outdated, and it would be a great improvement and an honor to Miles' memory. So thank you for all the years.
So every year I sit in the back and I watch because sometimes I see gestures of other people and I can see better with the glare. And I'm just amazed at the kids that can get up here and talk like they're just talking to their friends, right? So when I first become a politician, I know the first council meeting I went to that I was in, I probably stuttered more than anybody you know trying to get through the first 15-minute council meeting. But then it just kind of grows on you, right? And I was just telling her she did a great job because they're all right. You're up here by yourself. You're stuck, kind of stuck. When you have people to rely on, like a team, it's a lot easier. And all of these politicians have teams. And they have teams at wherever they're at there, at the parish, if they're city, if they're state or federal, and we all rely on that. So I'm gonna get to what I'm getting around to it here in a second. So I was just asking one of my team members, Charlie, back there, I said, hey, you know, we've always been talking about putting pickleball courts in the park, but there's always been a conflict with tennis, because there are people that use it for tennis. And I said, well, we also said we want to put them under the bridge, and then what we didn't do, we didn't put them under the bridge because we put them inside of Shannon Gym. And after talking to these young adults here, I do understand now that they would have to go and get permission to use the gym, and becomes inefficient, let's put it that way. I would rather be in a gym where the new air conditioning and lights are at, but they would rather be under the bridge. So we're going to work on they're going to work on getting me how many courts they want and dimensions of what we need, and we're going to work on putting it under the bridge next to our Jimmy Johnson basketball court, which would probably be the best place to put it because that is one of the most utilized courts we have. It's used every single day. It's full. So we're going to work on that fairly quickly too. So this, I think, is the easiest thing here to implement. And I think we should do it at different places in Morgan City too. So we'll be more than happy well, we'll put one in City Hall. You know, a little tree like that, everybody gets to put what they want on it, and there's a lot of people that flow through City Hall. So I think that we can get other stores and stuff to do it too. Super easy to do and cheap, and a lot of people will remember the people that's on it just by seeing it, right? If I put my mom, my dad on it, they can say, "Oh, I remember Andre," just like that. So that's pretty impressive. All of y'all, the big brother and sister thing, that is fantastic. I did get here a couple minutes late, and I didn't hear the Berwick one, but I kind of caught up to it with the park, and I appreciate everybody for coming, and I appreciate everything that y'all do. I know Central. You just a political guru, girl. I don't know what to tell you. By the way, sometimes when she feels like it, she comes work for the city. So, but she's got a lot of basketball stuff going on right now. So, but we appreciate it. Everybody coming. I appreciate everything that y'all talked about because everything you talk about is very important. And if people don't vote, I'm gonna go on your end now. If people don't vote, they should not complain. Let's put it that way. You don't have a right to complain if you don't vote. And we don't know who you voted for, but we know if you voted or not because it's real easy to go see who voted, right? So, but as far as Morgan City, because that's just where I'm at right now, we'll make the pickleball court happen. We can't light up the park year-round like y'all want because it shuts down at a certain time. People live there, right? But I don't see a problem with leaving the lights on a little bit longer around the pickleball court and stuff too, So appreciate everybody, and it was a pretty awesome event, I'll be honest. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. All right, I'm going to kind of start wrapping it up, but first thing I'm going to do is tell the kids a little secret. I saw Berwick elected officials, Morgan City elected officials, some of your people in the school system. Your projects will not get to the level you want. They told you to call them, to talk to them within your schools with your big brother, little sister deals within your schools. You got to go continue it. Morgan City, you heard the mayor, so go visit him. I suggested it to Berwick, and I've already talked to some of the councilmen, and I know Ms. Colleen for sure liked it. Y'all need to go to the council and do this presentation. Morgan City, you need to go see if you can get in front of our council too. So, and the rest of y'all get in. And the voter registration, I registered. I didn't realize you could register when you're 16, you said? See, it was 18 for me. I'm a bit older than most of y'all. But yeah, but I also remember there was major conflict going on in the Mideast, or not Mideast, but far east, that pushed a lot of us to push for the 18-year-old vote. When I was in college, that's when it passed. Originally, when I first was going to register, it was 21. So yes, that's a really super duper. And if I really would have gotten a little bit more engaged, I'd try to get voter registration here tonight. So y'all need to go see voter registration and see what you can do working with them. So everybody's got a job, everybody's got an idea, but to get it to the end of the road and get it propped up, you got to follow through. So that's every year I tell the kids this. And so don't think you're bothering these elected officials, because the 18-year-olds voted them in to do that, to be active. So go do that. Morgan City Rotary Club appreciates you guys for the work y'all do. And absolutely, this has been one of our nicer crowds I've seen in a number of years. So thank y'all for coming, the elected officials. And look, don't think that it's just the ears of your local elected. I see Laura sitting back there looking around. She's taking notes for the senator, because the senator was here last year, made a special effort to come, Senator Allen, Robert Allen. So we do reach out above locals, and we do skip participation. But you guys stay active, and good luck in your educational and future careers, and think about Rotary when you get old like some of the rest of us. But anyway, thank y'all very much. Look forward to next year, 32 years. Thank y'all.